What is going on with Sony? I mean, it just seems like a number of things just keep happening in the camp of Sony. We could remember just not too long ago, hackers was able to use malware and so forth to get their customers' information. We also remember that Jim Ryan himself failed to stop the ABK deal. We also remember just a couple days ago, Jim Ryan agreed to step down, quote unquote. All these things have these ponies going crazy. Let's talk about how one of Sony's top developers are behaving a little naughty. This is Island Gaming with Jay, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Sony is looking like they are going through turmoil. Let's talk about it. Let's get it. From the outside looking in, it appears that Sony is having a bit of issues when it comes to multi-platform games. We know that they excel in AAA, over-the-shoulder, narrative-driven games. We know that. But when it comes to multiplayer games, they are really having issues. We're talking about competitive multiplayer games that can hold an audience for, months and years as they go on. And I am not the only one saying that. We even have some staunch PlayStation fans, some real die-hard Sony fans are saying this. Take a listen to this.
There's a missing formula. I can't be the only one that sees it. You need that perfect balance between single player and multiplayer. I can't understand this. Now everything is one-sided. Now we're just getting all single player and no in multiplayer. That's a problem. So when are we going to see the multiplayer games? When is the multiplayer games are going to deliver? When is it going to deliver? When is it going to happen? Are we going into year 4? Some of y'all think this is a joke. This is not a joke. This is real. We're going into year 4 and not one single multiplayer game. Not one. Not one. Man, listen, bro. Listen. This pisses me off. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what's going on. And this is why I see a lot of people question some of the decisions that are being made at PlayStation. Like, bro, what are we doing? Y'all have the IPs. Use them. Use them. Use them. Use them. Use them. Use the IPs. Use them. You have them. Use them. Like, I don't understand. We sit here and we get on them about, oh, what's up with the backward? Why you think? Man, they don't listen.
So this Sony fan here, he's mad. He's real mad. He's basically saying that yes, Sony excels in single player games, but multiplayer games, for 4 years, they have not gotten any good multiplayer games. Yes, they have their Gran Turismo. Yes, they have their MLB The Show. But we are talking about multiplayer games that is setting the streets on fire. So I will agree with him there. Now, there was a report recently that Naughty Dog, yes, Naughty Dog, one of the world-class developers. We know Naughty Dog's pedigree. We know that they are responsible for Jack and Daxter, games like Uncharted, games like The Last of Us. Naughty Dog is a really good developer based on all that we know about Naughty Dog. But it appears that they are struggling. A report came in saying that they are struggling with multiplayer games. They had a multiplayer game called Factions, and that game is not doing so well. Listen at the report and see what they are saying about Naughty Dog and factions. Listen up.
Last of US studio Naughty Dog is cutting developers. The PlayStation first-party studio behind Uncharted and The Last of Us Part 2 is laying off dozens of contractors. The video game industry is currently facing a big wave of layoffs, and even contract developers at PlayStation first-party studio Naughty Dog aren't immune. Kotaku has learned that the maker of hits like Uncharted 4, A Thief's End and The Last of Us Part 2 has begun cutting contracts short for dozens of workers. Layoffs were communicated internally at the Santa Monica, California-based studio last week, according to two sources familiar with the situation. Departments ranging from art to production were impacted, but the majority of those laid off worked in quality assurance testing. The sources said at least 25 developers were part of the downsizing. Full-time staff do not appear to have been part of the cuts. Naughty Dog's headcount was over 400 as of July. Sources tell Kotaku that no severance is being offered for those currently laid off, and that impacted developers, as well as remaining employees, are being pressured to keep the news quiet. Their contracts won't be officially terminated until the end of October, and they'll be expected to work through the rest of the month. Sony did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
So there you have it. We are hearing that Naughty Dog, they are letting go some of their, their testers, workers that are not permanent. However, this confuses me a bit because The Last of Us, Uncharted, even The Last of Us movie did very well when it comes to sales. I believe The Last of Us sold like 10 million. When it comes to Uncharted, that sold 15 million. And The Last of Us TV show broke records. So if these IPs did so well, why are they laying off workers? I mean, I can maybe reason that is why they want to have these live services games to keep bringing in money, to keep bringing in that income. That is why I believe they would have let go some of these workers. What is alarming about this is that they are not giving these workers any severance, and they are trying to quiet these workers from saying anything when it comes to they being let go and not being treated well. That is not a good look for Naughty Dog or Sony. So I don't know what is going on in Sony, but there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of things that are very sketchy when it comes to Sony. Sony, when it comes to this live services games, from the outside looking in, is not looking too good, right? But let me hear what you think. Do you think that Sony should have, at least give these workers a severance package before they were retrenched? Or do you think that they are just temporary workers and Sony owes them nothing? Let me know in the comment section below. Would Sony excel when it comes to multi-platform games? We'll have to wait and see. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos later.